Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy, and you are amazing. Thank you so much for showing up on our inaugural return because we have a very special announcement. We were gone for about a week. We had a new addition to the freedom family of this incredible country. Dr. Slides had himself a new baby. So throw me that. There it is. There it is.
Don't ever let somebody tell you men can't have babies.
Don't do it. Don't do it because he did. I saw it happen. I'm just kidding. No, he didn't. His wife did. But welcome to the world. Amazing opportunity for spread some more freedom through the biological expansion of our two-way lifestyle. And with that said, we're going to jump in because we almost had -1, didn't we, Tim?
Yeah, it was dangerously close. And yeah, that was a crazy weekend for sure.
That's a good way to say it. Oh man, it's Friday. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
grab some beers, go fishing.
And if you don't know, guys, what we're talking about is what transpired in Pennsylvania this weekend. And we do want to say that we are going to talk about the events, but we also want to Trump survived the assassination attempt, but we also want to point out the fact that somebody lost their life and 2 other people were seriously injured. So that is not remotely funny or anything to be cracking jokes about. Although people are doing it all over social media. It doesn't make it right. So anyway, that's not what we're doing here.
No, we're not at all. But we are definitely going to talk about a few of the responses and a few of the things surrounding this, because I'm sure you guys are aware. I mean, everyone is aware. There was an assassination attempt on Trump. Flat out, that's what it was. The left immediately lined up and said, oh, he fell after some loud noises. We've got those for you.
Yep.
We're going to walk through the entire thing, guys. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, sarcasm and humor deployed in an excellent two-way fashion. Tim, I think the way we should start this out is some of the reactions, and there's a parody account that I really want to bring to the table about this. And this is from the perspective of the liberal or the left, the gun controller, in regards to what just happened. So let's get it, Doctor Number 1.
Hey, Trump got shot at. Got shot at? Trump got shot at. So, did he? Oh, yeah, he lived. Huh. Yeah, and what's worse is he looked really cool when it happened. What do you mean he looked cool when it happened? He unfortunately looked very cool when it happened. How do you look cool getting shot at? Well, what did he do? Pop right back up with blood streaming down his face, pumping a fist in the air, shouting USA, USA, USA until a crowd of thousands joined in? That's exactly what he did. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, that's really cool. I know. Crap. We're gonna lose the election, huh? Big time.
Yeah.
How to make yourself a legend status. Get shot and go, hold on, I need my shoes, my latte. Where's the photo? All right, let's go.
Yeah. Did you see the flag that the hairy sissies of the world were out there talking about the beginning of the rally? The flag got wrapped around a cable. It looks angelic, dude. I mean, people were pointing that out. It really did. And so they're mocking it, making fun of it, like even the flag doesn't want to be here and all this stuff that the idiots are saying. Of course, then something really horrific happens afterwards. But everything about that day, there's just so much, imagery from it that people are talking about. And that's one of them. I mean, Trump, the last time I saw something similar, and it wasn't immediately after the assassination attempt, of course, in 1981, Ronald Reagan was shot by John Hinckley Jr., and he survived that attempt on his life. But immediately thereafter, during his presidency, he was giving a speech after that had happened, and a balloon popped. I don't know if we can find the video, but a balloon popped, and Reagan was giving a speech, and you hear this pop, and Reagan pauses his speech. He goes, missed me, and he goes back to his speech.
Our beloved country, the source of all the dreams and the opportunities that she was, missed me.
I don't know if you remember that.
I remember stories of old, Tim.
Yeah,
I remember stories of old.
It was back when we had the little flippy things versus video. You put right. It was a long time ago. But I mean, but what Trump did was immediately after an attempt on his life, he was wounded. He stood right back up, put his fist in the air, and told his audience, fight. And then I think the crowd started chanting USA. Yep. But then again, somebody died and 2 other people were actually critically injured. So
yeah, that absolutely sucks. And not making light of it at all. But when you look at the overall full context of what just happened, you just said something very interesting, Tim, because that thing that we talk about where there may or may not be some sort of malfeasance of the media against gun supporters. may or may not. It's hypothetical. Hadn't been proven yet.
Yeah.
You know, rumors. Well, the words he said, fight, fight, fight. It's interesting you bring that up because let's play number 2 and see what CNN said about that right when it happened.
I do want to say there was one thing that when I watched the tape, I found odd because of all of the heated rhetoric. And that is that after he was hit, former President Trump got up and said, fight, fight, fight. I think what we're hearing from people is that's not the message that we want to be sending right now. We want to tamp it down.
Yeah, I would just know one thing on this, to that point.
I mean, obviously, Tim.
I mean,
you don't want to increase the rhetoric.
Well, I mean, that's not what he did. I mean, the man literally just got shot in the ear. He came an inch from being killed, and he stood up, and his first inclination was to continue to fight. Don't let the enemies take you down is the message. And that is a solid message. Right. Don't, I mean, he could have just said, you know what? I'm out of the race. This is crazy. These people are nuts. I'm done. No, he chose to continue on. And now he's at the RNC convention as I speak right now. And so the messaging is not bad or evil, but the left was trying this narrative almost immediately. They were blaming him, saying he incited the violence against himself. There was the CNN and the MSNBCs of the world that were out there saying, oh, he just ducked a loud noise and fell on stage.
Right. And
then the memes, of course, are even funnier. One of them was posted, I thought was absolutely hysterical, which obviously the JFK one, it's in poor taste. It's military humor, but there was a meme of, it's done with the CNN header and it says JFK ruins wife's dress in Dallas. And it has a picture from the Zapruder film. And there it's like, but this is what they're doing. They're out there trying to start these false narratives that he incited the violence against himself. It's really his fault that, or that he was inciting the violence afterwards by saying fight, fight, fight. I mean, my goodness.
After he got shot. Yeah. After he got shot, he's inciting the violence in some sort of precog, Minority Report, time machine, Back to the Future kind of way. Right. It makes sense, Tim. It does. In crazy world.
These people are insane, dude. But then immediately after that, I mean, first, you got the people out there saying it's staged. He caused it himself. That this is all a psyop. I mean, all the typical things that are being responded to right now. I mean, I remember, and this isn't a new phenomenon. This type of behavior predates the internet or common use of the internet. When I was a child, the space shuttle blew up, and immediately
Challenger, right?
Yeah, and immediately the conspiracy theory started circulating. That it wasn't an accident, that all this other stuff, right? So the conspiracy theories immediately after a really tragic event have always been a thing. It's just the internet now amplifies that because everybody has a voice, everybody's out there reading and stuff like that. But they're immediately out there saying this is Trump's fault. This didn't really happen. This is and we're going to see all the crazy conspiracy theories and all the stuff coming out. But I think the point of all this is that Trump, his immediate response to what happened was unbelievable and not in a bad way.
It was pure balls.
It was
pure balls.
I mean, that is something that when people are looking for a leader, that's the type of rock solid, resolute thinking and behavior that people kind of gravitate towards, which immediately after all that happened, people started saying he just won the election. There's no 100%. Way they can topple him now. And so
I completely agree.
But that's what's prompting the left to try to spin it the other way, saying, oh, what he did was just bad. And he's trying to incite more violence. And now he wants, Biden perhaps to be harmed or something, which is all BS.
It's just like that first clip that we just showed, the beautiful people of Second Legacy. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
We're going to lose, aren't we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's exactly it.
Yep.
Exactly it. But you know what, Tim? I would like to reflect a moment because I think you're right. I think Trump, he's definitely the one that incited all the violence and did all of it and raised all the rhetoric to inflict upon himself this horrible incident and the people who were there who did not deserve what they received, like you said. It wouldn't be like number 4, would it, Dr. Slides?
It's an actor dressed to look just like President Donald Trump as he's assassinated on stage. Look as his character is stabbed to death. And there's no mistaking the Trump connection. Check out the unbuttoned overcoat and red tie that hangs over his waist. It's a staging of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar that is outraging many. The controversial production is taking place here in New York City's Central Park. The staging is being seen as a direct jab at Trump and the controversial political climate in this country.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. It's really a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, if you go back even further than that, I think this predates it by quite a bit when Kathy Gifford did her little image where she's holding a bloodied Trump head. And
yeah,
look,
that was
folks,
right after he was elected. Yep.
And if you take a look at and look, both sides do it, right? Both sides have definitely.
It's human nature. 100%.
It is, right? But you cannot deny the fact that when a current president gets up and gives a speech in front of a red background that is calling his political opponent a fascist, wants to destroy America, as an existential threat to Americans or to American democracy, and all the stuff that he's been, I know, everything that he's basically accusing Trump of being Hitler in front of a Hitler motif background. And if you guys aren't familiar with the speech that I'm talking about, we'll put up a short clip of it. Yeah, the red speech. This is the vitriol and the hatred and the demonization of a political opponent, not just saying that he's a bad person. He is Hitler, and he's going to take your freedoms away. He's going to take away your Social Security. He's going to put you all in prison. He's going to get rid of democracy. He's going to take away elections. These are things that the president of the United States himself, or one of his purple-haired allies, interns, has been saying for years. And then what do you think the outcome of that will be when some lunatic takes their marching orders? Well, I gotta save democracy. I gotta go out and do this.
Right. Exactly. So you know what I was thinking? This was crazy. This was one of those realizations that I had when I was talking through this with a bunch of sources and people. I don't know if you thought about it, Tim, but the assailant was 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about where we've been and where we are currently at, we've had 8 years since 2016. The media calling Trump Hitler, a fascist, evil dictator. Almost half of this kid's life was indoctrination and propaganda of this man is Hitler. He grows up from 12 years old all the way to 20. That is how you radicalize a population.
Yeah.
Like, have you thought about that? Isn't that crazy?
No, it is. I mean, the kids coming up today, like this would-be assassin, they have grown up in the era of propaganda that is so elevated from what just 30 years ago people were exposed to. The mainstream media harassing and making fun of various political figures over the years. Saturday Night Live skits and things like that. Like Ford falling forward on the podium and all the other stuff and making fun of Jimmy Carter. That is a completely different level than what we see today. That is benign by comparison to the propaganda we see today. And the propaganda isn't just coming from the media, folks. It's coming from other politicians, high-level politicians like Joe Biden. Just right up until what happened in Pennsylvania, just leading up to that, he was out there tweeting, or one of his purple-haired interns was tweeting stuff calling him a fascist. And we have to save democracy. He's going to end your ability to vote. He's going to take your rights away. He's going to end Social Security. He's an existential threat.
Something.
Yeah.
Somebody save us.
He literally said just days before, put a bullseye on Trump. Biden did.
Biden did in a call. Now, that's a very important piece, because we're going to cover this as we go forward, because there's tons of this stuff, guys. But if you look at what the Biden administration just did, they tried to couch all of their ad polls. They bought all these ads in all these different markets, and they pulled them all after Trump got shot. Now, why would you do that, Tim? Because they framed it as, oh my goodness, this time of sincerity and this important time to be together in a unifying nation. That's cute. The reason they pulled him was because those ads all called him a fascist.
Yep.
Just and like they were all the ads leading demonizing him.
Yep.
Yes.
They pulled them all because it was inciting more violence, and they knew they were going to get called on it.
Exactly.
Yep.
They knew it. That's exactly why they pulled it. But you know what, Tim? We've got so much more. I think it would be really great to angle back to our guiding light, the anchor of our population and our culture right now. We're going to hear from Joe Biden, and I know you know this clip because you actually commented on Twitter about where we solve our differences in our nation. Dr. Slides, number 3, please.
But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it at the battle box, not with bullets.
Yeah, that was an advertisement for a battle box. The
Battle Box, the monthly thing.
Yeah, the monthly subscription thing, battle box, where you pay a monthly fee and then you get just random stuff mailed to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's real.
Yeah, no, I know. Look, they are trying desperately to make this demented. And look, this isn't this is somebody's grandfather. I mean, yeah, you can go on and on about his criminal behavior or whatever, his taking money from enemies, whatever. The fact of the matter is this is an old man that needs to retire. He is not doing well. The whole reason they're propping this guy up, he can't even make a single speech. After his abysmal debate performance, they've been trying to trot him out to do interviews and things like that, and he keeps screwing it up. And this is an example. The guy can't even go on TV after an assassination attempt of a political rival and speak clearly about what just happened and what he plans to do moving forward. Yeah. He stumbles around, calls it a battle box, which...
Well, ballot box is a very hard thing to say, Tim.
Yeah, a ballot and battle. I mean, they're very, very similar words.
It is hard. It is hard. I mean, one is the name of your turkey, and one is an actual battle in a box. It's very important to note. But that's for another time, though. Oh. We've got so much we've got to get into. The next one I'm so excited about. These reactions from these crazy lefties that are like 20-somethings. Oh, it's going to be so good.
All right. So are we done with today's video?
Yeah.
We are?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, guys, stick around. We're not done yet. There's so much stuff to cover here that we're going to have, several videos talking about this. We'll talk about a few other things, obviously, but this is, current news. This is really important. We're heading into a very important election cycle. And what just happened this past weekend is unbelievable. That was history being made and not in a good way. But anyway, we will continue to cover the events that transpired and the responses from gun grabbers and stuff like that. So stick around. We'll talk to you guys soon.